Here we go. Get ready to click. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Eric and Linda Live, Tuesday, 6 o'clock. I'm Eric.
And I'm Linda. Welcome to our show. We have another great guest tonight. Yeah. I can't wait till he comes on. I say that about everybody, but this one I'm really excited about.
Yeah. Everybody's amazing on our show. We only bring amazing and great people to our show.
That's right. We do. And so Workfind 209 is located out in Tracy, California. We're a co-working space. And in our pivot, we started these live shows. And we put a spice to it, 2021, brought in Shell T, and she helped us with our producing. She's our producer. Yeah. And we, added commercials and made it a little fun. We get to play a little game. But anyways, we are doing these live shows, 2021, with a different spice. Yeah. Let me talk about the game that we have, the Numbers Up game.
What is Workfind 209?
I did. Okay.
Well, we're just having some fun here.
Right now, he's like, I'm in charge of this mouse, and so
it's all good.
He's giving me a hard time, but that's okay.
But yeah, and just to kind of add with what Linda said, we do bring some amazing people on that add a lot of value to you guys as our viewers. And we've been getting so many comments and people calling us and making these connections saying, hey, that person was great. It really inspired me to take, my thoughts into action and, not giving up or moving forward in my business. And so, we just want to thank you guys out there as viewers for being a part of our show and watching. And thank all of our guests and then even our upcoming guest that is going to share his story as well. So thank you guys out there.
Good job, Eric.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good job.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about the Numbers Up game real quick, and I'll pop it up here. Give me 1 second. There it is.
All right.
Okay, now go ahead. Explain the game.
All right. The Number Up game. The Number Up game is pick a number between 1 and 50. The closest person to the number that we pick will win a $10 Amazon gift card. You must stay on the show to receive the card. So we'll call out the game, and then you'll put your number in the chat, and we'll see it. And then once we get to the end of the game, we'll pull the number, and you may be the winner. I think, was it last week or a couple of weeks ago? Didn't anybody win? So we gave away $30, which, which was cool. I can always use an extra $10 or $30 for Amazon.
Yes.
I shop on Amazon at least weekly.
So the important part is don't go over the number that I picked with my little bingo thing. Here it is. So we'll pick the number later. Probably after the third commercial, we'll pick the number, and don't go over the number, and it's 1 through 50.
Yes, 1 through 50. Yeah. Cool. So, today I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me about an incident that happened over in Oakland. And I just want to say we're praying for those young ladies. I guess they were in a bus and someone shot it up. And so it was really sad to hear that, they were celebrating the 21st birthday. 2 of the young ladies died. And so we just want to keep that family or those families lifted up and encouraged through this challenging time. So, it's tragic. Hey, Leslie, how you doing out there? Leslie got her numbers in. Remember that Number Up game. Remember the Number Up game.
Definitely.
Hey, so what do you have for today? Any special comments or?
I don't really. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be on the show. I'm just happy that we got this really great guest. Thank you, Shell T, for reaching out to him and getting him on our show. I know he has a load of stories to tell and share, and hopefully through his stories and his comments, it will help impact somebody's life out there that's watching the show. And that's what these shows are all about, is um, giving some content to the viewers that they can really hold on to and bring hope to those too that are going through difficult times, or even inspire the business person that wants to start a business. This is what the show's about. And so that's all I have to really talk about is, hopefully you get blessed by having or being a part of a show or even watching the show.
Yeah. So that's really good. My wife is awesome. I just want to share that right now and let you guys know that I have the best business partner ever.
Oh my
Some
gosh.
people, this is crazy. I don't know why it's coming to me, but I want to share this. Working with my wife is incredible. I know a lot of people feel like, oh man, you work with your wife? Yeah, I work with my wife every single day. We work side by side, and it is the best ever. I mean, we have a great relationship. Do we argue sometime and bicker? Yeah, we do. But it's just a blessing to have her working with me, and we're both passionate about what we do. And so it's great. And I love my wife, man. And she's smart as heck. She got some witty and some great ideas. And so I just want to put that out there. So for those of you who may be thinking about working with your wife, work with her. Just make sure you get through,
Wait, I just want to say, how do I top that? Because that was really good. But the other thing is, next time we get into an argument, I'll just have to replay this little segment of this live show.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go on to commercial. I guess he took over the mouse and he's going to bring on the commercial.
Yeah.
And then we're going to introduce our guest.
So right after this special sponsor, Just Another Monday commercial.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here at Workbind 209 doing our live show, Eric and Linda Live, and Eric is going to introduce our guest for this evening.
Man, this guy is coming all the way from DC. This guy, I want to read his resume. It got so much stuff. He's an actor. He's an entertainer. He's a producer. He's a writer. He's been in multiple shows and movies. I mean, he's a comedian, good, clean comedy. I mean, he is an investor. He started a real estate company. I don't know what else to say, but to bring him on, let's welcome our guest, Tommy Taylor Jr.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go, baby. I gotta go. All right. I'm on the Workbind 209. All right. I'll call you back. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's up, Tommy? How you doing, brother?
Welcome. Hey, doing well. Doing well. Glad to be here.
Good. Yeah. Hey, you always busy, dog.
Yeah, trying to be. It's a good thing. Sometimes it's good.
Yeah. Good. Well, welcome to our show, man. So, I mean, I'm trying to figure out where we're gonna start, right? I mean, let's go into the acting stuff, because I looking at your resume, right? And first thing I see was on the Conan O'Brien show. I mean,
how'd you say it, Conan?
Hey, that's my accent, man.
You got a little French. That's a little French. A little Conan. Yeah. I didn't know you was exotic, brother. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, that's that hotel. Yeah. So let's start talking a little bit about how you got into acting and comedy.
Yeah. So entertainment, I think, has always kind of been in my blood a little bit. When I was younger, I always tell people this. Like when I was younger, like I would Actually, I was kind of a quiet kid, but like when I was around family and stuff, I would always be like, the the star of the show basically. So I would be doing little crazy skits and stuff around the house, and like actually in the back of my mind, I would hear like a studio audience laughing when I would do like little silly things and stuff. So like I don't know, I always had that kind of passion just to like entertain, make people laugh. Like you see people having a rough day or something like that. Just doing something to see them smile. So I think that was always pretty cool. And I guess when as I was growing up, actually, like my other like I guess split love is like technology and like science and stuff. I love learning too, so that kind of pushed me to go to Carnegie Mellon where I went to school, which was like the top school for computer science, performing arts. Computer science, engineering, and also performing arts, which I didn't know because actually my top choice was always MIT until like I started doing a little more research. Like, like Carnegie Mellon is actually pretty good too. And my brother lived in Pittsburgh, so everything kind of just worked out, in that aspect. So I think just God just always leads you in the path that that you're supposed to go if you listen a little bit. So that was pretty cool. So anyway,
wow. So you started as a kid. Now, becoming an actor and a comedian, I mean, did you find that to be challenging?
Yeah, so I think like comedy is a very I don't know how you say, like it's a very political industry, I would say. So like you would think everybody would be happy and smile all the time, but there's so much like other stuff going on, which with most industries. But to me, that was the one thing I didn't actually think of kind of coming into the industry, that there's going to be so many other like layers to it. But I used to go up and tell some jokes and that was it. But yeah, so yeah.
I didn't know that that industry has politics like that. I mean, I know like football has politics, but I never thought that. Yeah, you're right. Tell your jokes and then have fun and make people laugh. But what experiences did you find with politics and being a comedian?
I mean, it's much the same thing. I think you really find with any like industry, where you have, something like backbiting stuff going on a little bit. Sometimes, like you have people who are, kind of next up, but then I don't know, you can't really like cross paths in a way, or sometimes like, well, I think the thing that really stuck out to me when I first started was, I guess. You have a lot of people who have been like are veterans, and like rightfully so. Like you've been doing it for a long time and really haven't got the recognition you deserve. So sometimes people get a little bit bitter because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's totally understandable because like there are a lot of like hilarious people who never really get the shine. They should. When you kind of think about it. When I actually looked into it, so it was just little things like that, I would say.
I had another question. So at Carnegie, what did you major in? Was it computer technology or was it?
Man, I have majors in everything. I did double dual major and a double minor. So I did electrical and computer engineering, and another major called engineering and public policy, which took like all the engineering. So you had to like do like chemistry and all that kind of stuff, chemical engineering, all the boom 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 down the list, and like kind of combined it to like policy making and like and that kind of thing. And then I did minors in business and another minor in drama.
Wow.
And then you got your master's.
Yeah, now I got my master's. I was trying to get my money's worth. I was there. I'm taking everything they give me.
Yeah, the master's over at Harvard or Howard, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, the Howard and Georgetown.
Smart dude. Somebody say, "Yo, you smart." Yeah, he's smart.
Smart. Not just smart. You smart.
Yeah, I'll have the accent though, Conan. I'm working on it. I'm working on my.
Yeah, I'll teach you that one. Conan.
No.
I like that, man. So in the industry, man, of acting, I've seen that you've been on multiple shows on HBO, Die Hard 4, multiple, right? So what was that like, right? Because sometimes you have you ever, and I get this where I watch a movie and then I'm like, they're acting. But then you watch the movie from a different spot, right? It's kind of like you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
What are you saying, Eric?
Not really.
But yeah, man. How is it though? Being an actor, man, on a big platform like that, HBO.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, that was actually the first acting gig I literally got was I think on The Wire. So and then did it for like 3 seasons. It was a small role, but it was really cool. Like my first day on set, and like with Idris Elba and like everybody else, and I didn't really even know who he was at the time, like because we were all chilling like offset, and he was still talking. I guess he's a method actor, so he was still talking like he was from Baltimore. So I was like, all right, he was like, yeah, what we doing tonight? And I was like, I don't know what's good to do in Baltimore. I ain't trying to go out nowhere, and then it wasn't until like I guess like a year or so later I saw him on an interview and he was like speaking British and I was like, this brother not black. He other kind of black. Like this dude was good. He fooled me. Like I didn't even realize he was doing it. Like that wasn't his real accent or whatever. So no, it was really cool. Like you get to meet a lot of cool people, learn a lot. So I learned a lot. Even just seeing how the productions worked. I think like I absorbed like everything. So like the cameras they were shooting, I'll be asking questions in the background and just seeing how they like schedule the shots, and sometimes stuff was like out of order, which was didn't really make sense. Like, why are they shooting this now? Like, isn't that but just seeing all the inner workings and how everything comes together is like a really cool process, which really kind of spoke to me. So which led me into like other aspects of like producing on my own and things like that. So yeah, it was super fun. And then HBO is a really cool platform with they have a lot of cool people, and then they actually like use a lot of the same actors in different shows and stuff too. So they really encourage like the creative process, which is really really nice to see.
Wow,
that's awesome. Wow. Let's talk about your shows on Amazon.
Yes, just launched my the Tommy Taylor Show on Amazon Prime. Just a couple weeks ago. So this was a sketch comedy show I started. Actually, I started like right when I first started doing stand up. And I just like, so I had a camera and I wanted to be on TV. So I was like, how can I be on TV? And somebody was like, yo, why don't you make your own show? And that stuck me. I was like, yeah, why don't I make my own show? So like I had a camera, I was a computer engineer. So I was like, I could figure out like how to edit like on the fly. Like I could figure that out. And so literally I did it. And like me, I'm just like, I'm very like, I don't know, I guess like polished. I like seeing like a polished product. So I created a theme song and like credits and like little things in between and all that kind of stuff. So I packaged it into like an actual TV show. And it wasn't that good at first, and it grew though. Like it was cool for like just me and your friends just doing something on a whim, and but people actually liked it, and so then I was like, all right, let me keep doing this, like make it a little bit better, and like actually figure out, because like when you're first like editing stuff and like you got to write the scripts, get everybody else on sync, and you learn. Because at first I actually thought that all comedians could act. I was like, okay, they're on stage doing their little like the bits and everything. I was like, yeah, we could bring them in, they could just do some acting. And I learned very quickly that everybody acting is a whole different art form that everybody just can't gravitate to, even if it's like comedic acting or whatever. So there's some trials and errors or whatever. We kind of like perfect a little bit, and so we kind of packaged. So this is a sketch comedy show that we shot here in DC, and actually had a lot of like great comedians and actors, actresses kind of jump on the show. Actually, Jermaine Fowler, who was in Coming to America, he was the prince. Like I gave him his first video, like was on my show, the Tommy Taylor Show, which is kind of cool. We had a lot of my friends are on TV now doing different things. Kind of started with our show, so it was a pretty cool thing just to even give people. So actually, that was kind of my goal, is like just give people a platform here. Like in the stuff I was doing, I always like to do as much as I can to include everybody. And then we had the Tommy girls. So I had a lot of female friends who were like actresses and models, but like super talented. And I was like, yo, how could I like kind of like incorporate them to what I'm doing? So we created the Tommy girls. They're like kind of an homage to the Fly Girls on The Living Color, but they actually like in most of the skits and they're actually like super talented. Like they got, and some of them are on like TV shows now and doing different things. So just proud to be a part of that and like have so many like talented people work with me, and it helped me grow and learn the craft and like producing and all that kind of stuff. And actually from that I was able to like, because people would see that, and it was like, and so it was a I don't know, a blessing, a curse and a blessing. So like I really wanted the show to look like a studio was behind it. Like, you know, people, I had a whole team. It was really just me. Like I was doing most of like the background stuff. Like I was editing, I was writing the skits, I was casting, like, you know, helping doing locations. But I had people like to help me the day of. But all the post-production stuff, that was literally all me. And I didn't want to, so there was kind of at the prefaces I'm losing my word, but it was at the onus of like internet, like when internet was really getting internet video was really like becoming like super popular. So there, I don't know, there's a distinction between internet videos and then like TV like quality videos, right? So I was really kind of pushing against like having the internet look, which, and I think about like I probably should not cared as much, but because like that really would galvanize people. And then all the mobile phones, people could like watch stuff literally every day on their phones. So I was really going to more the TV side. But anyway, to bring it all back, like people saw that and like companies will actually call me to produce commercials for them. Because I think like if you think about like most commercials have some kind of humor in it, right? Yeah. And like for me, like humor and business like coincides like so nicely because you think like what's the biggest advertising day in the world?
Yeah.
Is what?
Christmas.
The Super Bowl.
Super
Bowl. There we go. The wife got it. I guess Christmas is a good second choice too. But but like like Super Bowl, like people pay millions of dollars for advertisement. Like the common denominator in all those advertisements is what, like humor. Like most of them are funny because, and I think I get kind of nerdy on this, but I think humor has an intrinsic factor with everybody, right? So like babies can laugh before they can talk. That's like one of the first humanistic abilities like we have is to be able to laugh. And so like when someone laughs, like even adults, it's not something you think about. You don't process it. Like, was that funny? Okay, let me laugh now, right? It's just something that either happens or it doesn't. So when it does, I think it's an intrinsic factor to like your soul in a way. So it creates that emotional tie with whatever you're watching or whoever's making you laugh, which like for business is like their company. So I think if you can create that emotional connection with a company, like you got a fan for life basically, or like a customer or a potential customer. So there's that correlation between business and comedy, which I've been able to like fortunately be able to navigate, somewhat with that.
Hey, and you said something, man, and I mean I'm seeing that the Tommy Show, right, is national, right? You got 25 million viewers, probably more than that, I'm sure. But you know what? We're going to, right when we come back after this commercial, we're going to show some of your work right after this commercial break.
Oh, y'all got advertisement too? All right, look at that.
Check it out. We're going to come back with Conan.
Hey. Oh, that's your ride?
Almost. I really do believe that true love can exist and can be built. And I'd like to ask if you would take a journey with me.
Payment to fit your budget based on your cash or trade. It's time to reconsider what drives you. Toyota, let's go places.
And I'm really glad we're finally taking some time to talk. I know it's been a rough few months since Mom and
I'm just not good at talking about this stuff. It hurts, and I miss her. But
every holiday season, we are fortunate to deliver the best gift of all. Season's greetings from all of us at Amtrak.
What happens if I tweeted something I meant to text?
What channel is the YouTube on?
And the bright light you saw came from this machine, which is called a projector.
It's kind of like a big flashlight, right?
That's correct. Now, this projector uses film. I mean, you're supposed to, but it doesn't really matter, man. I mean, just take one.
Whatever you say. It looks like Granny.
Oh, that's disgusting. Um, uh, just kidding, fellas. It's delicious.
Geico.
So where should we start?
Hey, this is a stick-up.
Jesus! I want to die. I want to die.
Sure did.
Nice triple.
Oh, this Trey Turner. Oh my God.
I am praying with my family. I am. Dad. We thank you for bringing us together to celebrate the day that the white man has killed the Indians, pillaged their land, raped their women, and spread their filthy diseases like smallpox, syphilis, and gonorrhea. Oh, then after.
That is too funny.
Man.
Oh my gosh. We're back with Tommy Taylor Jr. That was hilarious.
Yes,
You have so many different looks.
Yeah.
Like, you look different in a lot of wow.
Yeah. Man, you got skills, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I mean, from the proposal piece to the comedy piece to the serious. I mean, dang, that was good. That was real
Appreciate
good.
you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, one thing we forgot, just real quick, with numbers up game, make sure everybody put their numbers in the chat.
Yeah, where I put my number? I'm trying to win some money too.
It's in the chat. You click right there on Conan. I like that. That's funny. All right. Yeah, just if you go to Facebook on the chat, just put in your numbers, number up game, numbers 1 through 50. And once you enter your numbers at the end of the show, we'll pick a number. You win a $10 gift card to Amazon.
Yes. That was really cool.
Yeah. Tommy Taylor Jr., watch out for him. You've seen it right here live with Tommy Taylor Jr. Man, he going major, right? Production studio, 25 million. How many million, man? Multi-million of views, right? Where can people get the show? They just go to Amazon, download it, or watch it live?
Yeah, you just go on Amazon Prime and straight. We got the first episode up right now, and I gotta say this is dedicated to our recently passed away makeup artist and friend of mine, Yvette Rector. We call her 20 because she always said the story was she thought we always had the relationship debates. She said that somebody only gives 20% and the other person only gives 80%. I don't know if that works in your relationship, but so we all after that we're like, really 20%? That's all? Yeah. And so we call it 20. But she was a great friend, great makeup artist. So our first episode is actually dedicated to her. She passed away in 2019. So yeah.
Wow.
But check it out, Amazon Prime. It's funny. It's pretty good.
Good. 20. No, we 50-50.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 80-20.
Oh, y'all have to think about that in a minute.
No.
I feel like y'all thought about that for a minute. I need y'all. I'm gonna have to separate y'all and get y'all individually and give me y'all numbers.
Yeah. We'll be in trouble, man. We'll be in trouble.
He has to pull his 50. I said, I'll put in my 50, you put in your 50.
See, I thought it was supposed to be 100, 100. But y'all just split in half. Like, you do this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
No, we split everything. Like the bill and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. 50. I carry my own weight,
Yeah.
Gotcha. How long y'all been married?
20.
Say it, Eric. How long?
8 years. 28 years.
It wasn't the quiz. Y'all were guessing. Can I follow through?
You trying to get me in trouble, man.
No, I think you're getting yourself in trouble.
28 years.
28. Okay, y'all looking good. Y'all still look 28 years old. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Thank you, brother. So let's talk about the entrepreneur side. All that's been entrepreneur, but talk about the investments, right? You've done some investments and you started at a young age. Can you share a little bit about how you got started in investing?
Yes. I think my first actual investment, I I think I've always had like a lot of I don't know, I just like a knack for certain things. But what was it, like my senior year in high school, I did like I had a summer job or internship. But anyway, I was getting paid, and I was like, I want to do something with this money, like make more money with the money I'm making. And because I love technology, so like when I was, I don't know, probably junior high, I was started building computers, and like my dad's friend introduced me to computers and everything. So I got like really, really into it. I wish we had YouTube back then, because I was like literally any computer part, like I knew like all the specs from like modems and like networking things. Like I was an encyclopedia for all that stuff. We'll go like build the computers from like ground up. But because of that, like I love like just technology. So for whatever reason, I had an affinity for for satellite radio. That was like, it was kind of like popping back then. Well, it's still kind of going now, but I don't know why. Like every morning, I would get the newspaper since I would pass it, and I would get the stocks section, and I would just be looking at the stocks or whatever, and probably just to make myself feel smart, like I was doing like I was an adult since I have a little job and everything. But I noticed that the satellite radio stocks were like plummeting. Like I think they were down. It was like Sirius and XM. Like one was like down to like I think 28 cents, and then one was like down to like $1 or something like that. And at like their highs were like around $30 or something. And I was like, yo, I feel like I don't know why this is down so much, but I was like, let me I took half my money and like just put it all in the stocks, that those stocks or whatever. And within a year they like went up over like 1,000%. And so I was in college, I just see it kept climbing and climbing. I was like, oh, and I thought it would get back to its original point, which like $30 or something. So which it did, and it kind of exceeded that at that time. And I was like, yo, like I just made all this money. And no, so that was a pretty cool thing. And so then I was like, let me just cash out because like I felt it was going to keep going a little bit, but I knew where my target was. I was like, let me not be too greedy. Like it did this well. Let me just cash out. And like, and so from that experience, I was like, yo, your money can like, I didn't do anything. And my money like grew, like quintupled or whatever. Or actually, well, I don't know what the word is for 10. Decatuple, I don't know. Decatuple, but
deca something.
Yeah. So from that, like I took it and I learned a couple things. Like one, while I do support more democratic things, I started to understand more like what Republicans were talking about, where they were talking about people taking your money and the capital's gain tax. And I was like, this is my first little bit of money I'm making. And I'm like, and they were trying to take all of it away. And I was like, well, how do I keep it? And so like, that was like the first like significant money I had. So I was like, why would I have to give it away? And that didn't make a lot of sense to me. And I was like, then I kind of, while I do, definitely understand the more democratic side, but and I don't know, communal aspects, but to some degree, like when you make money, like you want to be able to keep it, especially for people who are just starting out. Like I'm a young black man, like why you want to take my money? Go take the millionaire's money, like already. So that kind of like stuck to me. And then from that, I was like, I want to do something with the money I gain and not just like blow it. So I held on to it, and I forgot if I reinvested or not, but I kind of held on to it. I think I put like in high yield savings or something. And so I could like somehow I avoided the taxes. And and so I used that money when I graduated to buy some real estate property. And so but I realized I could do more with like some friends. I got some one of my homegirls, and I was like, yo, one thing I do, I definitely listen a lot. I always try to learn. That's a big thing with me. So somebody, I don't know where it was in passing, was talking about like a real property tax sale, and they were like, yeah, you can buy like properties for like $100 or something. And I was like, and like I just thought they were talking trash, but because I do listen, I went and looked it up. I was like, let me just see if these dudes are for real. And and it was true. So like you could, so in DC, in a lot of cities, but particularly in DC, they have people who didn't pay their tax or whatever, like their tax liens go up, and they put all their homes or properties for auction. And so there's a double sided thing. So like you could either purchase the property for the tax or the auction tax lien against it, and if you get it, you can either get the property. If they don't, I think they have a window to pay it back. But if they don't, they have to pay you like I don't know, 20-30% interest plus all your lawyer fees, and you recoup all your money plus some. So I was like, it's a win-win either way. So I got a friend of mine, we like started investing in real estate at the real property tax sale. So we did the little auction thing. That was pretty cool. Like it was our first time doing that. And so we got a couple of properties from that. Some people bought some back. We made our money back from that. And then we got to keep some other properties in DC. So in DC, like the real estate is always going up historically. It's just even now up and up and up. So too much actually. But
so like as a young entrepreneur, right? Or someone who's in high school, who's looking to, maybe working a job, a lot of kids now, they work and they make this money and then they want to go buy a car. And then, what would you say? Like, what type of advice would you give someone like that? A youngster, man. I mean, because they can really be setting themselves up for a really good future. I mean, you did really well by investing in something and staying in it, but also having an exit strategy to then move on to purchase a property. And so, what kind of words of encouragement can you tell some of the young people out there that, just blowing their money on tennis shoes or, cars or,
Honestly, I would say do what makes you happy. So I think like investing is great for some people, but then there are a lot of sacrifices you have to make too when you're like investing, because like that's capital you have that's tied up, right? So like if you want to do certain things with that money, you can't. At the end of the day, like, so I do encourage people to invest and like use their money wisely, but like I also feel money is the least valuable thing you can have in life. So like I'd never. If people really don't know me, like I really don't talk about money much. I do try to like tell people to like invest wisely and do certain things to like, keep what you have. But at the end of the day, life is short. So I mean, you want to be able to enjoy what you have. And so I don't necessarily like downplay or like castricize people who are like, I want to go to get this and get these bags or whatever, or this new car or tennis shoes. But tennis shoes actually too are like pretty valuable. So you keep tennis shoes and like you can make money off anything. So, but the thing is, I think like, be able to comfortably be able to like provide for yourself and also like be able to enjoy yourself. So, so some people like having, X, Y, and Z may not be important to them, but, and they're going to get a new car and that makes them feel good or, but as long as you do it wisely, I think that there are wise ways to do everything. So if you want to go splurge and like buy a car every year or lease it and like upgrade, like if you, I don't know. Like I'm not gonna like put people down for that, but I think it's to each their own. And like we all like spend and do things. Like I love food, like so I probably spend most of my money, my superfluous money on food and like just traveling and like doing different things. So to some people that's probably kind of dumb, but like to me that's like it's so meaningful. Like to be able to try different things. My bacon, yes, Chelsea. I see you're talking about my bacon. Like I love the traveling and experiencing. So one thing for me is like I think the one thing that really separates and galvanizes people is food. So I think this is my personal thing. Like cultures and everything are all based around food. So like food actually impacts the religions of the area, like the way of life, the clothing, all this stuff. So like. If to really experience a culture in a people group, it's to experience their food. So like it's just super exciting to learn that kind of stuff and taste it. Like you can have like a piece of chicken could taste a million different ways, right? Or like you try things that just being open to like those new experiences, like eating like crazy. I was eating crickets and larvae in Thailand.
Oh, hey. I want to hear about that. I want to hear about that cricket and larva. We got to go to commercial break, but I do want to hear about that crickets and that larva when we come back. We're going to go to commercial break, sponsored by Black Jewel and In His Image. We'll be right back after commercial break.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here with Tommy Taylor Jr. Oh,
Yeah.
and
That's right,
Eric
that's
wants to hear
right.
about the whole thing.
Tommy Taylor Jr., comedian, actor, producer, writer. Hey, what's up, Doc? Well, let's go back to what we was talking about, that larva stuff,
Yes.
right? You were eating larva and crickets, man. I mean, I'm just interested in hearing what that tastes like.
It tastes kind of like nuts, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
That's so brave. That is
Huh?
so brave. That is so brave of you. I mean, in our culture, we in the Filipino culture, I remember this guy came and he was like chomping, and I saw a leg kind of hanging out. I'm like, "What are you eating?" And his name was
it
Eddie.
tarantula?
No, it was a cricket. And then he came to, he's like, "Yeah, they're good." And then he came to work with a jar of larva, and I'm like, "What is that? Like, what are you gonna do with that?" And he's like, "I'm gonna eat it." And I'm like, "You are lying. You are telling stories. You shouldn't lie like that." And he put it in his mouth, and I was like, dang, these Filipinos! Oh my goodness! Like,
the Filipino food is good. They got the lumpia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got the larva lumpia.
Yeah. No, they don't. But I have family that actually watch a show from the Philippines. It was really pretty cool. So
that's dope. Yeah, I love I love Filipino food. I love it, like most foods, to be honest. But Filipino, there's a place here in actually in Maryland. They make some like really good lumpia, and because I'm a big the pork and everything. I don't know what they do to it. It's good, a little crispy skin with all the flavor. Oh man.
I mean, you get me hungry, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Eric can cook really good Filipino food. He actually taught me how to cook Filipino food.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So, he's exotic. That's why he be pronouncing his words like that.
That's when I was in the Philippines.
Yeah, that brother's culture. That's a culture brother over there. Look at that.
He doesn't do a Filipino accent well, no.
Hey, so over in Belize, that's where did you eat them in Belize?
No, Thailand.
Thailand.
Right?
Yeah. I had that in Thailand.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I've had like a lot of interesting delicacies.
Yeah.
The one thing I probably won't try is they do it in the Philippines too. And I forget the name of it, but it's like the egg.
It's balut.
Balut.
Yes.
Yeah, balut. Yeah.
Yeah. My dad tried to make me eat that, and I was like, what is that? And I think I was like 5, 6, 7, really young. I'm like, no, but the chicken, it's stuck.
Yeah, because some of them feathers still in it, and like you crack. It's like you see, like I was like, oh, I don't think I could do that one.
Yeah,
No.
that's taking it to the next level.
Yeah, but here in America, we have so much like crazy stuff in our foods that we eat every day. Like we're literally eating chemicals and all kind of stuff. So like anything natural, like I'm pretty cool with. So I'll at least try it. And that's the cool thing. I go off about food, but the real cool thing I love about food is like it's art in itself. So like in a certain hand, like you've had horrible fried chicken, right? How hard is it to make fried chicken? But you also had amazing fried chicken, like complete opposite spectrum. Like it's such a simple thing. So like in the right hands, like literally, I think anything could be transformed and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's kind of the cool experience for me, tasting that or whatever. But
wow.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. So one of the things that before we wrap up, I wanted to talk to you about. I know you mentioned that you go to Belize to help at-risk youth. What is that like?
Oh yeah, so we do technically it's like a what do they call it, a summer Bible school, vacation Bible school for the it's a village in Belize, like probably like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, actually probably like an hour out the city, depending, because the roads are it's a little hard to drive. But yeah, we do that. We've been doing it every summer for like a week. We go. I really just kind of show the kids like they're cared about, people, they're loved over there, and so we put on like a week camp and do different activities with them. Have it's kind of like a whole school day in a way, but because it's not a whole lot to do out there in the village or whatever. So, but it's something I really look forward to, and like I've seen like the kids grow up, and some of the kids were like almost babies when I first came, and then they're like adults and getting jobs, and
Wow.
And Belize is actually a lot different than here. So it's pretty interesting. But yeah, and we're actually looking to do something there because we weren't able to go this past year. And me and buddy of mine, we actually do a concert for the village, like in the middle of the week. So he plays like six Sniggy. If y'all look him up, he's on Spotify or everything. But he does plays like 16 different instruments, whatever. We do like a little concert for the villages out there, one of the churches, and everybody comes out, pack the place out, and have a good time. And it's a lot of fun. So like Belize become my second home in a way. And then a lot of kids, everybody looks kind of like family. I don't know. Like there's a lot of it's very diverse. I don't know. Like it's in South America, but it's like you see a lot of black kids like, "This is my cousin," like this, and so there was automatically such a resonance there. It's been something that's very close to my heart since.
Wow,
That's
man.
cool.
Well, thanks, brother,
That's
for
really
making a difference. I mean, with all the work that you do and in your industry, and then you still have time to go back and give back to community and change the lives of.
Well, they give back to me, so that means I think I gain more than I give. So that's a little cheat.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, if someone wanted to contact you or connect with you, what's the best way?
Oh, they can hit me on Tinder. I'm on Tinder, Bumble,
Tinder,
Black Planet, Tommy Taylor Jr. I'm on Filipino Meat. I don't know. I love it. If you got some sisters, you said they were watching. So if they over there single, hey.
My cousins, it's really cool though because I met them the first time. I haven't been to the Philippines since I was like 2 years old, and so I didn't get to see a lot of my relatives.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to connect with them on Facebook and meet my first cousins like for the first time. And he's like, "You're Linda Hawkins, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm your cousin." He's like, "We're friends on Facebook, right?" And I was like, Yeah, you're my friend on Facebook. And he was like, "I watch your show." I was like, "You watch my show? Oh my gosh. I want to come." I like that is my on my bucket list to go and visit the Philippines. And we actually donate computers to them too. We've donated computers to the village out there. I don't know, maybe about 30 computers. So in the poor part of the Philippines. So we do a lot for the Philippines. It's my heart.
Nice, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so if any of them single ladies now they got a computer, log on. Find them.
All right, man. Thank you, Tommy, for being part of our show, man. Man, really inspirational, right? I mean, just to see all the different things that you do, man, it inspired me to dang, I thought I was doing a lot, and so, man, thank you for being a part and sharing.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me. It was a lot of fun. So I enjoy the platform and love what you guys are doing. So keep it up. I think next time, make sure you know your marriage. The lift a little quicker. Just a little bit. Just be a little quicker on that one, but everything else, I think y'all right in the pocket. So
yeah. I was waiting for her to answer. I'm trying to see if she had it right.
It's 28 on June 25th, so it'll be 28 years next month.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
So thank you, brother. Hey, before we go though, remember the numbers up game. Pick your number 1 through 50. The closest number without going over is the winner. The first number that's picked too, because a couple times we had double numbers, but it's the first one that picks, and you win the $10 Amazon gift card.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Tommy, for being on our show. I enjoyed you. You're an inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Keep doing what you do, man. Keep up the great work.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, let me see if I win this gift card. Where the numbers at?
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
All the way up, turn it all the way up to the max. All the way up, turn it all the way up to the max. All the way up, turn it all the way up to the max. All the way up, turn it all the way up. Telling the brother calm down, and fit a square with a round hole. 'Cause every time that I come around, I turn it as loud as it go. Sipping the rock, pink collide, or give me the lime. Ready or not, give me a sign if you want me to stop. Giving it to you a cappella, the music will drop. One at a time, singing a rhyme on the drop of a dime. It's got time to shine, baby. I'ma break it down until it's liquid. Turn up, stir it up, call it biscuit. Hold up, I'm turned to the max. So loud, I got a deaf mute in the back. I'm not gonna do what it does. The first time that you heard the names on the track. All the way up, turn it all
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you, Tommy.
Yes.
Tommy Taylor Jr. Check out his show, Tommy Taylor Show on Amazon. Check it out.
Yes.
Prime, Amazon Prime Video. Those are the Tommy girls right there. And shout out to, what's her name? 20?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, he said something that really resonated with me, and that was comedy and business. And so, you know, I do want to say that you're so funny, and that's why I like being in business with you, because you keep me laughing, and it's fun. You make work fun. So
yeah,
it does go together hand in hand, business and being funny like you are.
Well, thank you, sugar.
In your French accent that I never knew you had.
Yeah.
But let's do the numbers up game.
Numbers up, gang. Put your numbers in the chat. Here we go. There's a number.
What do we have? We have 49.
Ooh, that's a high number. Let's go back and look real quick. Oh, my. 49. We got a 27 is so far is the winner. We got number 7.
Sorry, Tommy.
And we got 45 is now the closest. And we got number 10. Looks like Juanita Simmons. Number 45 is the winner. We were definitely going to get a winner of that because you can't go over that much. Right?
Juanita, send us your information.
And we will send you that $10 Amazon gift card.
You have to be present to win, so I hope you're still out there.
Yeah, make sure you're on. Okay, that's right. You better send us a message. You got about 2 minutes to send us a message before we move on to who would be the next winner? 27?
Yeah, Leslie.
Yeah, 27. So make sure you're on. All right. Thank you guys for being part of our show. Thank you for, always supporting us and doing these live shows. Remember, let us know, what you want to see, as far as entrepreneurs and investments and entertainment. If you want to be a part of our show, let us know. Come and check us out. And then, we have this, if you want a commercial created as well, we have some commercial advertisement plans for you. If you want to market your business, you want to share with the world what you're doing, we have that. And we can also create, well, I can't create, but Shell T.
Yes, Shell T.
Her and her team can put that together. They can make it happen for you. So if you want more information on that, check it out.
Yeah. And, you got to sample some of her work on our commercials. That's all done by our producer, Shell T.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shell T.
One of the things, though, that Tommy said is, because I mentioned, I always have the mindset of an entrepreneur, hustling and, trying to get paid and trying to help people. But he said something. He said, do what makes you happy, and that is key, too. Because if you do what makes you happy, then all the other things will kind of fall in place.
I think it's a balance.
Yeah.
You have to be wise and have balance.
Yeah.
Spend a little bit that makes you happy, and then spend a little bit that's going to help you sustain or help you grow your money.
Right.
But definitely enjoy life, because life is too short.
Yeah.
And like what happened today, you just never know. Today or tomorrow is not promised. And so we want to live our, each day to its fullest. So, and whatever you can do to enjoy by spending a little bit on self-care or something that you like, it's okay. And don't feel guilty about it. I used to feel guilty spending money on me, but I don't anymore.
No, because I put a limit on her card. No, I'm just joking. Hey, next week we got a special guest, Jonathan Torporco. He's coming from Texas. He's going to be talking about investments. This guy, he has done a bunch of work in hedge funds and investments. So if you guys have some questions about investment, he's managed some multi-billion-dollar organizations. So it'd be great to hear what he has to say. So stay tuned for next week's show with Jonathan Torporco.
Yes, and he just got married this past Sunday. So congratulations, Jonathan.
Yeah, congratulations, Jonathan. All right. So that's a wrap. And so stay tuned next week for the Eric and Linda live show, Tuesdays at 6 o'clock. Peace.
See you next week.